Good morning to one and all present here. We are the uh, team of 7 members who are here to present something about the conflicts and the resolution plan for our construction project which we have taken. So this is some part of our project work for the human resource project management. So myself Yagnavel leading this team, and I have Ajay, Darshan, Liju, Nayana, Saurin and Venus with me. So hereby we are going into the presentation. Next slide. First of all, we need to know about basic things. Hereby, we are saying about a conflict resolution plan, and as a project manager, how he deals with the conflicts and how he finds about these resolutions. So we need to know about the basic things. What is a conflict? Let us see that. What is a conflict? A conflict is nothing but as a situation in which two persons or two parties or two organizations are getting any disagreement with each others due to some any problems or any aspects. This may occur with any type of situations, like within the organization also they can have some conflicts, or between the two organizations they may have, or within the persons also they may have. So this is a conflict. So this conflict can be resolved, and with the best knowledge, experience and skills applying on that. So we can see that what are the conflict resolution plan. So saying about the conflict resolution plan, it's nothing but is a as a solution for the conflicts. We have a solution for each and every conflict. Of course, in a project, without finding a solution for a conflict, we can move on to the next step. So we need a conflict resolution plan for each and every conflict which we may face in our project. Next slide, please. Okay, so here the conflict resolution plan is being more centric with the project manager. Since the project manager is a key person and he is a captain of this project, he holds a major responsibility for finding the solution for the conflicts. He's an accountable person for running this project. So he is a key person to find the conflict resolutions. And then we have many skills for a project manager to apply for the finding the resolutions. Some of those are the communications, active listening, negotiation, collaboration, stress management and emotional awareness. So these are the skills which a project manager should have during finding a resolution. So this can help him to find a resolution. So as per our instructions or as per our requirement, we are just listed out with some of the conflict situation which may occur in our construction project, what we have considered. So we have the conflicts with respect to the client, with respect to the stakeholders and with respect to the internal organizations. As I said before, we may have with the persons also. So conflict between the persons and conflict between each teams. So here we have listed the 14 types of conflicts, which is not limited with this. The conflict list can be extended on, but here we are concluding with only with 14 numbers. So the first one is the conflicts. Okay, the first one will be the conflicts with the client in finalizing the budget. I'll just go into the first conflict in deep manner, and I'll just try to explain these things. Yeah, so this conflict is nothing but during the budget preparation, there may be some conflict between the estimators of the contractor side as well as with the estimators of the client side. So basically, the estimators of the contractor side will prepare the budget based upon the drawings which they have provided, and they will be doing a detailed quantity takeoff and do the costing, and they will be arriving the product cost as a budget. But hereby in the client side, there will be having a key point of person for the as an estimator, or like a tender person who has an ballpark estimate. So if there is any difference between the amount in the ballpark estimate and with the detailed budget, there will be some conflict. So this is a conflict situation. So what can be the resolution for this? The project manager has to ask or direct the estimator of the contractor side to prepare the budget in a way, in a such a way that it is more detailed and it doesn't have any flaws in that, and make sure that it is been captured, each and every item is being captured, and also whatever things which are not provided as a detail, we need to be assumed those things. So the assumption log has to be there, and these are the basic things he will be directing the estimator. And also he asks the estimator to have a one-on-one discussion or like a review meetings with the estimators of the client side in order to resolve this conflict or the discrepancy within them. So here the type of strategy as a project manager wants to follow is like an accommodating strategy. Next slide, please. The next conflict, what we have mentioned over here, is the same like that of the cost, but here it is with respect to the schedule. So even the once we get into the project during the planning phase, we'll be preparing the schedule for the project. This schedule will be based upon the details what the client has been provided in the and which we would have been captured in the project charter. Okay, so but roughly the client may have some ideas or they may have some instruction from the external investors who are providing funding for this particular project. So during that time, there will be some conflict with respect to the time of completion of this project. We would have gone into a detailed schedule preparation, but the client would have some outline time duration. For example, you can say that during this project, they would have committed to the investors that they would be completing within 2 years. But as per our detailed schedule, it will be taken for 3 years or minimum for 2.5 years. There will be some detailed breakup in us, but not with them. So this is our conflict situation, and how a project manager can resolve this conflict. We can see in detail. Actually, this can be done by making the schedule a detailed one, and we need to prepare a risk register, and we need to prepare the resource availability assumption log with that. So with this assumption and with this risk, we are mentioning that we can able to complete the project within 2.5 years. But if you wanted to add more risk on that, we can complete it within the 2 years. So that type of approach should be made by the project manager. So he'll be directing the planning engineer to prepare a schedule which is like most likely as well as for the optimum one. So it's up to him or the client can decide which type of schedule can be followed. So this is a resolution what as a project manager can make. And this strategy is the same like the budget strategy. It's like accommodating. He can take up the inputs from the client and he can work on that, and he can take into this consideration in his input also. So hereby I am concluding my part, and I request my teammate to continue with the other conflicts.
Thank you, Eknavel. I am Naina here, and I'm moving to the next conflict that can be the conflict with functional manager in obtaining resources. The conflict that project manager can have a conflict with functional manager in obtaining skilled and sufficient resources in the work site. And to avoid this, the resolution plan that the project manager can do is that he can discuss with functional manager with all well-defined resource calendar, resource assignments, etc. Then such he can move with this conflict forward, and hence here the competing strategy can be implemented to resolve this conflict. And the next one is conflict with stakeholders in clearing scope, goals, and objectives. There is a subcontractor may not have knowledge in understanding these scope, goals, objectives, etc. So there can be a conflict during the execution phase. And the resolution plan that can be done by the project manager is that he can clear while issuing the work orders to the subcontractors, and he can ensure that all subcontractors are aware of their scope by conducting many meetings to understand their scope, goals, etc. And project manager require better communication skill to resolve this conflict with the subcontractors. And here we can use the collaborating strategy can be implemented. And now Ajay will continue with next conflict and its resolution plan. And thank you.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Ajay here. So I'm continuing with conflicts between stakeholders during execution. So basically, the project for construction, commercial or residential, it is a huge project. So there are many investors. So there are many chances of conflicts between them. So the resolution will be of project manager need to conduct meeting with different subcontractor, and he should provide a schedule and a proper methodology how to resolve the conflicts, and how the work will be executed. So the communication skill is predominant in this conflict, and a collaborating strategy can be implemented for resolution of this conflict by the project manager. So the sixth is conflicts with stakeholders in following health and safety practice. As you know, like the owner or a client, others stakeholders don't know much about the, or subcontractor don't know much about the safety equipments and safety what to say, safety and health and safety during the work execution. So they don't have much idea about the superintendent or the worker will know more about it. So the resolution would be project manager should be strict in making the subcontractor to provide adequate health and safety requirements. As you know, like person working on the field will have more experience on what he is being needed than the one sitting in the office. So project manager should be playing a role here for accommodating strategy can be implemented, and he should be bureaucratic with the subcontractors. Thank you. From here, my teammate will carry on. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, continue.
Next one is conflict with client in change in design and scope. Actually, we all know that a construction project, any construction project, change is absolutely inevitable, and change can happen at any phase because of any situations. So this kind of change order can create some conflict between the client and the project manager, and there are lots of resolution ways for this kind of conflicts. And the important thing is a better communication plan. A low level and a very smooth and sophisticated communication system can prevent kinds of conflicts. And project manager should inform the client about the change in an informal way and proper time. Also, accommodating and compromising strategy can be implemented during these phases in order to avoid the conflicts. Please.
Hello. Anyone can hear me?
Yes, Ajay, we can hear you. Let next part can be taken. I think Vijay
Yeah,
has
yeah.
network issue.
Okay. Venus, continue.
Okay, thanks, Lizo. And
Yes,
my
Venus.
topic is conflicts between the planning team and executing team. And main conflict during watching and controlling phase. It's normal to have conflict between execution team as well as planning team because of delay in projects. There are number of resolutions are. First one is project manager should be supporting the execution team in understanding the current issue as well as for not matching with the schedule. Another thing is that he should be more consultative during the conflict. And last one but not least, further collaborating strategy can be implemented. And next, the conflict is that conflicts between individual persons. And conflict in a project, there will be conflict between persons based on inequality, ego, due to the knowledge and as well as experience. And there are also resolutions. The resolution first one is project manager should be proactive in training as well as coaching his team members with good workplace practice, proper training, and strict compliance or can mitigate conflict based on the discriminations and other emotional conflicts. Either the organizations or PM should have directing skills in handling these issues. And last, hence avoiding strategies can be implemented. And other conflicts which are explained by my other members. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Venus. and sorry for the inconvenience that happened before. Hi, I'm Saurin Desan, and I'll be continuing the more conflicts, which are conflicts between stakeholders in following housekeeping at site. So the conflict which can occur is there will be conflict between subcontractors in maintaining the site housekeeping, like who will be maintaining the housekeeping part. So the what resolution we have been involved is project manager should instruct the subcontractor to render the work and maintain the site in a professional way and make sure housekeeping is a proper and effective. Which means the project manager plays a vital role in this, but as he should be very official with the work, and he should be only allotting the part to the subcontractor who deserves it, and in which the subcontractor is officially recorded. All right. So after that, he should be bureaucratic. As I mentioned, he should be very official with official with the paperwork, and who will be allotting to the housekeeping part. Hence, the strategy involved in this conflict is accommodating. After that, we have conflict with functional managers in releasing the resources. So during the ending stage of the project, the project manager will be forced by the functional manager for the resources. Like functional manager can demand some more resources which are needed in the project, where the resolution part can be involved. This project manager should be clear and approved resource calendar, as he should have a good resource calendar, approved resource calendar, in which every resources and every details are been mentioned properly. Based on that resource calendar, he can win over the functional manager. Correct. So still, understanding the functional manager situation can be supportive to some extent. Maybe functional manager can be a bit supportive, and he can understand the situation of the project going on, and that can be a good option. Hence, in this conflict, collaborating strategy has been used. Okay, thank you. That's it from my side, and next part will be explained by my team members.
Yeah, thanks, Saurin. So here I'm going to explain few conflicts with respect to our project. So first is conflict with client stakeholders in context with snag or punch list. So what is punch list? Punch list is a document prepared during key milestones or in the end of the construction project, listing work that are not conforming to contract specifications that the general contractor must complete prior to the final payment. So here stakeholders, they're always there in every project. They will be doing some positive or negative impact to the project. So here the conflict is during the ending stage. Since we are the main contractors, we are responsible to deliver the site promptly and effectively with the entire satisfaction of the client. But some client, like some they will be influenced by some other stakeholders. They will say to change the objective, they will ask to rework or something. So here resolution plan, what project manager need to come up with some resolution plan here is project manager should have clear approach in satisfying the points in the punch list, need to strictly adhere to the project scope, goals and objective. And also client is very important to us. So you need to be supportive to the client without harming the schedule and the budget. So similarly, need to be bureaucratic with subcontractors with respect to snag list. And hence here the resolution plan project manager taking is competing and collaborating strategy. Next slide. So the next conflict is conflict with team members in evaluation and performance review. Many times in the construction project or in some general project manager may not be satisfying with the team members' performance, and it will be reflected in the performance review. So this may be vice versa. Even their team members is not satisfied with the grades provided by the project manager. So there will be some kind of conflict. So resolution plan project manager has to come up with is collaborating. So he need to address his concern in a clear and precise way in an individual face-to-face meeting. PM needs to coach the team member in their lagging area and by providing some training, and then need to support them in their difficulties, further act on them if still required results are not obtained from them. So next slide. So in this project, we talked about some conflicts and what are the conflict resolution plan project manager is come up with. So that's the end of this presentation. Thank you.